Hello Aquarius friends, I'm Annie Botticelli and welcome to my Aquarius October 2024 Astrology Horoscope forecast. I'm calling the theme of this month how the Libra eclipse up-levels life for Aquarius. But truth be known, it's not just an eclipse that we have in Libra. There are also a ton, and I mean a ton, of Libra transits that are all serving to meet the same end of up-leveling your life. This is for you if Aquarius is your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign, or any other Aquarius placement you're listening for. What I'm going to talk about here is part of your astrological picture. If you're a very late degree Aquarius friend, so birthdays like February 15th through the rest of the sign, or Aquarius degree 23 degrees through the rest of the sign, I suggest you additionally listen to my Pisces report, as your very late degree friends will benefit from both readings. So let's just get right into all of these layers of up-leveling, and I will weave in other things like important aspects, important dates to know, other important transits as we make our way along. Some of the things we're going to talk about have a shorter shelf life because their transits are fast moving, but they all build up to this very powerful, very long-term Libra eclipse. So all of the types of things we're talking about are not only very strongly in effect in October and the time around October, some before and some after, but also for many years to come. Podcast friends, I'm taking a picture of this chart and I'm posting it as the thumbnail. So if you want to at least look at the chart while I'm talking about it here in the visual, descriptions on YouTube, then you can definitely have the podcast picture for the thumbnail if you want to try to follow along. So look up at the top of the chart and see all of that Libra energy, the scales. We've got transiting South Node, the Sun, Mercury, Astrea, Lilith, Juno, and on October 2nd, we additionally have the 10 degree Libra solar eclipse. This is the second to last eclipse in the Aries Libra eclipse cycle that started in early 2023 and goes into the first half of 2025. So these themes, some of them have been in effect for a while, and they will continue to be of great importance and can echo out even beyond that time. So let's talk about the layers. First of all, we've got a lot of Libra energy. This brings partnership into the scene for all signs. This is Libra time of year where things are better together, finding solutions to problems involving relationships, finding enhancements, finding perfect helpers, you helping others, others helping you. If you have a service for your work, or for your volunteer things, finding the perfect people, or if there are things that you really need support with, anything from accounting to gardening to, something completely different. This is a time where the odds are increased that you will make these important mergers. And as the planets move on from Libra into Scorpio, it just deepens that story. So even as we move into the end of October and into November, this theme is still going to be in effect of partnerships reigning supreme. Now, when there are Libra transits, they are fellow air signs. So the planets are speaking your language. Aquarius, air sign. Sometimes people think Aquarius is water sign because Aquarius is the water bearer, but it's an air sign. And these air transits, so many of them, are activating, up-leveling your life in the most fabulous aspect in all of astrology, the 120-degree aspect called the trine. So all of this is happening. So whenever we see a bunch of planets in the same sign, is it like a party, and they coalesce in a house, which means the people, these planets are like people at a party, and the ninth house is where they're having the party, and the sign is the kind of party they're having. So they're having a meeting of the minds, a connection, deep, important, and possibly exhilarating discussions about any different topics, the fulfillment of connecting, period, through the lens of Sagittarius, which is this ninth house. So I want to go into some more details about what ways each of these players can up-level your life. Okay, so this is the transiting South Node. So get ready to shed old and limiting beliefs, because like a phoenix rising from the ashes, this South Node energy is major karma that you brought in about relationships, karma that you brought in about anything. And you've got a cosmic invitation now to let go of these outdated belief systems, of these outdated patterns. If you're not fulfilled in relationship, this can be a time where old patterns can evaporate like water on a hot day. And it really can happen that quickly because when we are in eclipse time, the veils are very thin between worlds, and everything is about clearing karma and stepping into your highest expression in this lifetime. That's what eclipses bring. And every 6 months, when we're in eclipse season, we have that opportunity again, and new things that were undercover, that were unconscious, surface for us to work with. So this is what you'll find, this cosmic invitation to let go of these philosophies. The ninth house is about philosophy. Okay, so these things may have held you back, a way of looking at life, a way of looking at yourself, a way of looking at relationships. The more raw you are with yourself, the more you can rise to new heights of wisdom and intellectual freedom. You know, this air energy is really about the intellect, and Sagittarius is really about freedom. So that's really what it's about. We're trying to pave this way for a very revolutionary upgrade to how you see the world, and with how you see the world differently, that can change how you experience the world. This South Node party member, it can bring karmic breakthroughs. So this transit's definitely like hitting the reset button, you know, on this past, you know, any of these past life lessons. Now, from the perspective of a chart, it really fits into different beliefs. There are people that don't believe that we lived in a body in a past life. That's fine. This still works. We definitely transmit important information that affects our life through our blood, through our genetics. And they're going to find this more. Understanding genetics is definitely going to be the future of medicine. It's already happening. How we're more predisposed to certain types of illness. We're also going to see why we're more predisposed to certain types of insights and experiences and viewpoints. All of that can come through the blood. If you believe that we do also change bodies, this can come through that level as well. But either way, expect to feel lighter and more empowered at this time. And this is one of the ways the up-leveling is happening, because you're clearing karmic baggage that has been keeping you grounded. And Sagittarius is about flying. It's the bird energy of the zodiac. So right now the universe is opening up doors for you to step into a more expansive, adventurous, and liberated version of yourself. So you can see why I'm so excited about using this word up level, because you know, the combination of so much Libra energy and it being in a nice angle for you, and it being eclipse time, which is also in a nice angle for you, is really, you know, possibly opening a gentle door. You know, sometimes we have to have doors open for us through squares or through oppositions, difficult angles. And of course, those can always be present. We do have quite a bit of, you know, quite a few nuisance aspects this month. We will be feeling those. You know, it's not just going to be all pearly shiny, but I think that, you know, there's enough here that can help you transcend any of the other things that happen. All right, so now our other member here, the sun. This is illumination energy. You can have your life's mission illuminated at this time. So the sun, wherever it goes, is like a spotlight. And in this position, it's like a spotlight on your soul's purpose. And this beautiful trine to Aquarius is only going to amplify this energy to epic proportions. So this is your moment to shine. This is your moment to gain clarity on your true path. This is your moment to experience and enhance all things Sagittarian. So whether it's travel, higher education, teaching, spiritual exploration, this is a time where you're being called. And it is a calling, and you may really feel it, like viscerally feel it that way. A calling to step up into your power and lead with vision and purpose, and with clarity about what that is. The sun in the space also can give you a crazy exhilarating ride with adventure and expansion. Sagittarius is all about adventure and expansion. So the sun's energy can definitely ignite your thirst for adventure, your thirst for travel, your thirst for learning, whether it's through armchair warrior, you know, pursuits, or whether it's through actually going and pushing you to explore new territories outward, you know, physically, mentally, within yourself, emotionally. This transit is all about expanding your horizons and embracing the thrill. And it is a thrill. This is a very thrilling energy of new experiences that can elevate your understanding of the world and your place in it. So, you know, all of this energy, up level, you know, up leveling, elevate, these are words very much associated with Sagittarius, and, you know, just anything that just makes you feel lighter and helps you to rise. Now we have Mercury. I have a few layers I want to talk about with Mercury here. Okay, so This is mastermind energy. And this meeting here is really a meeting of masterminds. This, as I said, the Libra energy is intellect. This is an intellectual party that these planets are having. And so mastermind breakthroughs are very, very likely. So Mercury in your ninth house is turning your mind into a supercharged engine for intellectual expression. Now, who doesn't want that? You can have insights and ideas. If you're a creative, you can have just an explosion of things that you create, a genius solution. At the same time, all of this trining Aquarius is going to fuel your curiosity and your genius, and it's going to make it just really, really ripe and fertile ground for breakthroughs. And again, this can have a tilt to learning, to teaching, to sharing innovative ideas. And other words, keywords here that you're going to hear me come up through a lot is clarity. This is a time for clarity. This is a time for precision. This is a time for allowing you to target your words and communicate your visionary ideas with impact. So, it's really exciting. Now, the next level of Mercury here has to do with exploring new philosophies. As I said, Sagittarius rules our philosophical way of looking at things. And it's like the transit is like a cosmic green light. I like to use that term cosmic green light a lot. And it's asking you, it's begging you, it's inviting you to dive into new philosophies, new belief systems, or go deeper into the ones that you already are drawn to. So you may be maniacally drawn to study subjects that are stretching your mind. And here I'm just going to pepper in a little bit of Mars discussion. Mars is not yet retrograde, but as of October 7th, that window of all the personal planets being direct and not in a shadow period closes. So remember, try to get all your forward moving things done before that date, because once it's October 7th and beyond, we're going to go into a deep dive into retrograde energy, which is not a bad thing. It's just not super fantastic for trying to launch new things. It can be great for experimenting. It can be great for going back to old things. It can be great for, small things that you do, but it is a time when, ambitions may start to wane as Mars gets deeper. Every day you progress into past October 7th, ambitions may wane more. Jupiter will also go retrograde, and you may feel that. So those are going to be themes that happen at the same time. But the reason why I want to talk about Mars at this point is because it also rules obsession. So one of the things that we see happen with this energy of Mars is either a complete lack of ambition and indecision and wanting to revel in the options and not do anything with them, which is perfectly acceptable. And this may be a way that you choose to go with this, where you're just reveling in the possibilities and not activating any of them. Or Mars can go into what I like to call a hyper-focused, a hyper-monofocus, basically, like really obsessive, really excessive, really targeted obsession. And this may be along the lines of any of these things we've talked about. Maybe mercurial may have to do with teaching or learning. So you might get really hot on learning something and find your perfect program that will set you up for that. You may be ready to teach, and you may have opportunities to do that. So at this point, for the short term and the long term, you're definitely preparing to become a beacon of knowledge, inspiring others with the discoveries that you make. And that's what this time is very much about. All right, next player we have here is Estrella. Okay, Estrella is going to be helping to heal and rebirth beliefs. So it's like a healing balm. Estrella's presence is like a healing balm. That's just for your soul. Really, it's just like putting a nice soft ointment on the patches, the holes in your soul. And this can help you to restore balance and find justice and, act as a catalyst, especially here with the trine to Aquarius. It's definitely the energy of catalyst. And you will find me saying that word or that kind of essence a lot here, because a profound rebirth in your philosophical outlook is just waiting to happen. And it can lead to this greater alignment with your true self. So you're definitely stepping into this new chapter where your beliefs are not just ideas. They're living truths. And these living truths can help you elevate and up-level every aspect of your life. Something else that Estrella can do here in its healing, with its healing balm, is a restoration of faith and optimism. Sagittarius is about faith and optimism. And so with Estrella here, making the trine, doing the thing, you can definitely expect a surge of optimism, and maybe a reclamation of faith in the bigger picture, a spiritual awakening for the first time, or a renewed commitment to your life's mission. It's, empowerment all the way. This transit can definitely help empower you to move forward with confidence and with hope and with the clarity, knowing that you're supported by the universe in your journey. And that's very much what Sagittarius energy is about. The next party member we have here is Lilith, and Lilith is definitely about empowerment through boldness, through unleashing of your intellectual wildness, letting your creativity and your genius just surge. This can have to do with challenging the status quo. This can have to do with breaking free from conventional wisdom, embracing the power of your unique perspective. And, we know that Aquarius people ruled by Uranus, you guys are, the weird, the wacky, the wild, the wonderful, as I like to call Aquarius energy. And, it's really, and I say that I embody this as well, because my moon is at 29 degrees of Capricorn. But if you've learned anything from my work, please know that if you've got something close to something else, it's both places. So a 29 degree, that's the last point in Capricorn. That means I have an Aquarius moon. So I'm there wacky and wonderful and wild and eccentric with you. So this energy, Estrella, can definitely help you to fearlessly express your most daring ideas and philosophies, and possibly give you venues to do that, appropriate venues where people can listen. You might not be able to speak to the people who think that you're crazy and your forward-thinking ideas are, just, sci-fi book stuff. But there are groups of people that will get it, and you may find those groups of people now. This can definitely be about exploring unconventional paths and venturing into the unknown. So this energy of fringiness, Lilith is all about this fringiness, so whether it's taboo subjects or unconventional spiritual practices or groundbreaking intellectual pursuits, this is very much about embracing the unknown and finding empowerment in those mysteries that are lying beyond the ordinary. And then, of course, we've got, last but not least, actually, we have one more thing after that. We've got Juno, and this is about soul-aligned partnerships. So this is definitely a time where things can align in perfect ways. And as I mentioned before, since this is a nice aspect, these types of changes can be gentle. They can be profound and major, but gentle. Not like, having to crack out of something of a square or an opposition. This is a gentle, beautiful, synchronistic, soul-aligned feeling. So you've got Juno here, and she's like a cosmic matchmaker. So you can be aligned with partners, not just romantic partners or business partners, but also clients, friends, people, who share your thirst for knowledge, your adventure, whatever is coming up now, common ground. The trine energy is only going to add to the electric nature of what's happening here. So, and it is very electric. Eclipse time is very electric. You really feel like your nervous system is more frayed. You feel that the electric nature of manifestation, because manifestation is electrical. This is one of my insights, and I haven't heard this said anywhere, but this is something I've come to see. We are electrical beings. We are on a magnetic planet. Our field combines with the magnetism of the earth to create an electromagnetic field. And the energy of manifestation is electric. And this is a time of massive manifestation. So you'll be feeling that electric nature. You may be zapping people. You may be having static electricity. But this energy is very much about partnerships. So, support, transformation, embarking on journeys that can elevate both of your lives, or all of you, however, many people may come in. And it's definitely about aligning with your highest ideals. Sagittarius is very much about highest ideals and a commitment to higher growth. So you may meet somebody that really encourages you to be your best and supports you in the decisions you have to make in order to do that. So it could be something as simple as enrolling in a course, or something, as deepening as, moving somewhere that feels that has like it has a spiritual draw for you, and just changing everything in your life. It could be something simple or something very major, but either way, the profundity of it can be the same. So again, with the calling now, that's another kind of theme you're going to hear me talk about for you. You're being called to invest, and it is an investment in your future in a way that aligns with your highest vision. So now, last but not least, in this party, and you can see from as I go into the details why I've got to spend a lot of time on this, because this is just a really big deal. Okay, so we've got the solar eclipse in Libra happening in the 9th house for Aquarius. And so basically what this is bringing is nothing less than a quantum leap in consciousness. Talk about up-leveling your life. Yeah, quantum leaps can happen at eclipse time. And when we have an eclipse in a nice angle for our placement, it can really make a very smooth leap in consciousness where you have an awareness and it changes everything. And solar eclipses, all eclipses are really game changers. This is one that's definitely set to catapult you into a whole new level of awareness and understanding. And then we add to it the trine, to Aquarius. It can amplify the energy and make it a time of massive breakthroughs in your spiritual and your intellectual life. You're hearing me come back around again to this energy of the intellect, but the intellect, it rules so much because it is related to our perspective, and our perspective is related to our experience. So you can expect sudden insights, opportunities that open up new paths for exploration and growth and success. So in general, this time is a cosmic invitation to up-level every aspect of your life. You're being called to release old limitations, embrace new adventures, expand your horizons in ways that will just elevate every aspect of your multidimensional being. Your awareness of a multidimensional being having, a third dimensional but also other level of experience may be something that comes up very strongly. So definitely expect profound growth, empowerment, enlightenment, adventure, greater freedom, just all of these, really it could be like a ride of your life. So we do have a couple of other things to talk about. Some things I wanted to talk about with Mercury that I got sidetracked and I forgot. I wanted to talk about how this Mercury transit is also going to trine Jupiter. Okay, so that's happening in the days around October 8th, where Jupiter, the great expander, ruler of the 9th house, is going to be trined by Mercury. And then on October 21st to 22nd, once Mercury moves into Scorpio, it's going to trine Saturn. And then on the 31st is Halloween, Samhain, whatever you celebrate there, we'll trine Neptune and Pisces. So these are times when the veils are very, very thin. And this whole month, as I mentioned, connection to spiritual dimensions are very profound. And specifically for Aquarius, these two aspects will light up your second house of finances. So there may be some, the days around the 21st, 22nd, the days around the 31st, you may have some notable things that happen in your financial sector. Okay, so just a couple of other points that I want to bring up, and then I want to give you another important date. Now, something to know is that I've given you some important dates. I will give you some more, but if you want my list, my sweet and salty aspect list in my October 2024 astrology, put your name and email address at anniehelpsyou.com. And then when you get the welcome letter, click on the archive link and look for October 2024 astrology. So more dates will be there. But the next date, October 9th, Jupiter's going retrograde until February 4th, 2025. Jupiter's the ruler of the 9th house. So sometimes people will see a waning in big ambitions, as I had kind of alluded to earlier. You may see a slowing down to the expansion in some Gemini-based projects, writing, communication. You may see a slowdown in something having to do with expansion of your relationships. But that slowdown, coupled with all this beautiful energy that we've gone into lots of detail about, can be positive. It can help you to look for the ways that you can continue to grow sustainably. And that's what Jupiter does. Sometimes it cools some things off. So if you notice some things that were going hot and heavy and just really forward during this time while Jupiter's in retrograde, it may seem like, well, what's happening? I guess nothing's happening. But there are things happening. They're just happening behind the scenes. So you can trust that. And then Mars is moving through your 6th house. It may make you more froggy and wanting to jump on topics of your work life experience, your health, your wellness, things having to do with pets and animals, anything like that. The days around October 17th, we've got a full moon at 24 degrees of Aries. And this is in a nice angle again for Aquarius placement. So fullness, completion, fruition, drama coming to first house, because Aries rules the first house, things, your physical body, your health. Because of the sixth and first house presence, these are two health houses. If you have any symptoms, get them checked out. This may be an elucidating time where you get some information that can help you understand something that's been going on. It may bring some recognition or put you in the limelight. It may bring some drama. It may bring some arguments. It may bring some, thrills. And it is in a nice angle. And all of the Aquarius friends can get kisses from that full moon. But you late degree friends, so we'll say like 19 degrees through the rest of the sign, through 29 degrees. So that's basically February 9th through the rest of the sign or so. And the closer to around February 14, 15, 16, the more the direct kiss. But again, as you've seen me talk about, there's no shortage of goodies for everybody. But if you're within that zone, basically the same people who I suggested listen to the Pisces report, you all might get an extra kiss from that full moon, days around the 17th. So I do have an eclipse resource page that I'm going to direct you to get to in a minute here. So if you want to know more about how the eclipse from September may affect you, you can listen to my September report. Also, I go into a lot of details there. And then you can find my eclipse resource page when you sign up for my free VIP community, which I'll give you instructions about here in a second. Okay, so make sure you like, subscribe, and click the bell. As I've been told, if you don't click the bell, you won't receive my notifications. And if you enable notifications, it makes it even more likely that you're not going to miss anything that I post. And if you want early access to my public horoscopes, then go to anniehelpsyou.com. You will see this page. Scroll down there, put your name and email address in here, click receive. You'll get a welcome letter into your inbox. Sometimes it goes to spam. You can find it there and move it to your inbox. And there will be my eclipse resource page. There will be my zodiac health tips. You'll get my 28-day virtual coaching program. All of this for free. These are VIP perks. And at that archive link, you can search for October 2024 astrology to get my write-up of the sweet and salty dates. A lot of different dates that I didn't talk about in this report of aspects that you will really want to know and how you may see them manifest. Lots more goodies. I'm always finding out ways I can give extra perks to this community. You also get monthly mini astrology lessons. Now, if you're interested in learning astrology and you want something more structured and a system, I have that too. I've been an astrology teacher for decades, and I've helped many, many people get to where their passion of the stars helps them to earn money. So you can scroll down on that same page, click on Up Level, and you will see my Astrology Basics and Beyond course or my Become a Professional Astrologer Mastery Certification course. If you think I put a lot into my free offerings, you should see what I put into those courses. I hope you have a wonderful month, and I'll see you next month. Bye.